Okay. Then let's go with court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Leopoldo Ariola, cause number 2022-0C05166.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration, and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
All right, Miss Yalo, we wanted to set this for hearing because nothing has been done on our misdemeanors. We want to see what's going on.
Yes, Judge. I met with Mr. Ariola yesterday, and I did speak with Mr. Silva as well. This is quite an old case that just got filed in October. It's from January 2021. Mr. Ariola is obviously on parole right now. He's got about a year left. I did ask Mr. Silva if he would consider dismissing. I think he said he was going to think about it. I'm not sure if he has an answer for the court right now.
Mr. Silva?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the facts of the case, I will be dismissing the case as there was no allegation he was doing anything. I will be dismissing the case. However, if the court wants to let the defendant know that he does have a warning for criminal trespass for any and all properties that are from the housing authority. So if he's there again, he was going to pick up more charges.
All right. Do you understand that, Mr. Ariola?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, they will be dismissing your case hopefully today, and then you'll just have that parole hold to deal with. But the minute you go back to an apartment complex owned by public housing, they will file again a criminal trespass on you, and you'll be back in jail. So please stay away from those properties.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Who else do we have?
I'm gonna go get Mr. Parker Kevin.
Okay, thank you. Annex, who do you have? Good morning, Annex.
Morning, Judge.
Who do you have?
We have Acosta. Everyone except Stillman. We went to go get him.
Okay, but who is everyone? I have the downtown.
It's Acosta Emilio, Carrillo Beatriz,
Okay, if I can have Miss Carrillo?
Carrillo.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm Ms. Carrillo. We did request an interpreter.
Oh, okay.
Just to let the court know.
It should be Patricia Hernandez, Judge.
Oh, okay.
All right, she is coming in now. Let me go ahead and start the interpreter function. If everybody will pick their language. Good morning, Ms. Hernandez. Okay, nice to see you too. Ms. Carrillo, can you hear us?
Sí, te están poniendo intérprete.
Sí. Pardon? Okay. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Beatriz Carrillo, cause number 2022-0C04686.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of council?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Good morning, Your Honor. Araceli Solis on behalf of Ms. Carrillo. We're ready.
You are Beatriz Carrillo. Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Are you a U.S. citizen, Ms. Carrillo?
No, soy residente.
Have you discussed the immigration consequences of a plea of guilty on this case with your attorney?
Sí,
And Ms. Solis, have you advised her that this is a deportable offense or not?
Yes, Your Honor. She advised that she has been a resident since 2007. I have spoken with her in my office and at the annex, and I advised her of the immigration consequences, also with her daughter.
Charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a 0.15 below or above, alleged to have occurred December 5th, 2020 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, Ms. Carrillo, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
culpable.
Any priors, Mr. Silva?
Yes, Your Honor. A DWI in 2013.
And that being the case, the court will follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, Ms. Carrillo, sentence you to 75 days in jail plus court costs with credit for time served on everything. I need to let you know, Ms. Carrillo, that you now have 2 DWI convictions. You get arrested for drunk driving again. The state can make that a felony and you could be going to prison for drunk driving. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Georges. Good morning, Mr. Georges. We are ready on Mr. Parker. Court calls the case of State of Texas versus Kevin Parker, cause number 2022-0C0-1918.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
All right, we set this for a pretrial, Mr. Georges, because we haven't had any hearings on Mr. Parker since he's sitting in jail on the parole hold. What is going on his case?
Okay, well, the recommendation is for him to take a class. It's not particularly easy for him to do, even when he was not in jail. It's a 4-hour class, and I was trying to make arrangements to actually go to the halfway house and sit with him for 4 hours while he took the class, but we couldn't do that, and then he wound up in jail here. Which that's still the recommendation, and I'm not sure that Mr. Parker would agree to plead guilty here to this case. I mean, he always said he wasn't guilty. Now he's got 2 felony pretrial cases that are still there. One of them was particularly interesting because on the burglary of building, he was accused of going into a part of a commercial establishment that wasn't open yet and stealing something. It turned out on that same day he was actually at the medical clinic, and so they gave him a PR bond on that with no problem. Then this other one where he's charged with a prohibited substance in a correctional facility, I'm afraid I really don't know what that's all about. I mean, I know what it's usually about, but I
Mr.
haven't seen
Georges,
anything.
excuse me. I hate
Okay.
to interrupt you, but the felonies really don't matter. I just need to know what you're going to do on this case. Mr. Silva, obviously, he can't do the class while he's sitting in jail on a parole hold. So please contact Mr. Georges, give him a new rec so we can either set this for a plea or set it for trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You may be excused, Mr. Georges.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who's next?
Need to see you, Mr. Georges.
Annex, who else do you have?
We have Acosta, Cuellar, Gomez, Radri,
Let me have Mr. Cuellar, please. Do we need the interpreter for anything else?
Judge, that's the only one that asked for one.
No, Judge, we
Oh.
did, sorry, we did request an interpreter for Mr. Cuellar.
Okay,
Sorry.
Thank you.
all right. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Miguel Cuellar, cause number 2018-0C0-8377.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Good morning, everyone. Ana Yaldo with the El Paso County Public Defender Office here on behalf of Mr. Miguel Cuellar, also ready.
You are Miguel Cuellar. You need to answer, Mr. Cuellar.
Sí.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Sí.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Cuellar?
No.
Have you discussed the immigration consequences of? Okay. Have you discussed the immigration consequences of a plea of guilty with your attorney?
Sí.
And Ms. Yaldo, have you advised them that this is a deportable offense or not?
Yes, Your Honor, extensively. We also, he also consulted with the attorney in our office.
All right. And knowing those consequences, Mr. Cuellar, are you sure you wish to plead guilty today?
Sí.
All right. Charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated, alleged to have occurred July 8th, 2018 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, sir, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Culpable.
Any other priors, Mr. Silva?
No, Your Honor.
Then the court will follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail, a $200 fine plus court costs with credit for time served on everything. Now, on the motion to waive the fees, Mr. Cuellar, has your financial situation changed since you made the last application for a court-appointed attorney?
No.
All right, then the court will grant your motion to waive the DWI surcharge fees. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing
Judge,
further from the state.
Judge, is there any way we could waive the fine?
He gets credit for time served. A simple DWI always requires a fine.
Understood, Judge.
So
Thank you so
I
much.
tacked it on there, but he does get credit for time served on that.
Thank you so much, Judge, for clarifying.
Thank you. May I have Mr. Acosta, please?
Judge, that's it from me. This morning, may I please be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so
And
much. See you
Ms.
tomorrow.
Hernandez, you may be excused as well. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Who's the next defendant, Your Honor?
Mr. Acosta, Emilio Acosta. All right, good morning, Ms. Garcia. We're ready to proceed on Mr. Acosta's case. So court calls case of State of Texas versus Emilio Acosta, cause number 2022-0C02944.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Attorney Ella Garcia, on behalf of Emilia Acosta, we are ready, Your Honor.
You are Emilio Acosta? Can you hear me, Mr. Acosta?
Yes, ma'am.
You are Emilio Acosta?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear firm testimony may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what do you have, Ms. Acosta, Ms. Garcia?
Your Honor, Mr. Acosta is a U.S. citizen. He does have family here in the U.S. as well as in Ciudad Juarez, Your Honor. He does have his GED and he has currently been working in construction. He's not a flight risk, Your Honor. At this time, we'd ask the court to reduce his bond or in the alternative consider a PR bond. I know that Mr. Acosta has had some issues with his interlock, but he understands that and he's willing to be up to date with his interlock.
Mr. Silva, do you have anything?
Yes, Your Honor. I have spoken to Ms. Garcia. There's currently a rec that would take care of this case along with the 2 felonies pending. So I think if the court allows us to allow them to postpone, we can take care of these cases.
All right, what are his priors?
He has no priors, just the 3 pending cases.
I show that he was arrested on a 2018 DWI, a 2019 DWI where he got PTD, and then a 21 DWI. Is that correct?
Well, I see that I have the DWI that's pending, the 2021, and the 2 felonies are pending. And I do have the DWI that in 2018 that was dismissed, but that was in a conviction.
Mr. Acosta, you were released on PR bond, and in May of 2022, you blew a .300. Then you were released on PR bond again in June of 22, and there were 17 skips. You were released on PR bond again, and in October, again, you were blowing positive blows as high as a .055. I don't know what part of no drinking you don't understand, but I'm not going to let you out on a PR bond again. You obviously have a drinking issue. So I'm going to reduce your surety bond to 25,000 and a 2,000 PR bond with AA meetings daily. You're also going to have a 9 PM to 6 AM curfew where you can't be out unless you're working or going to school. You are to commit no new offenses, have random breath and urine analysis. You violate any of those conditions, a warrant for your arrest will be issued immediately. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we can set this case for a plea setting as soon as possible. That would be appreciated as well.
As soon as you submit the paperwork, the signed paperwork, we will put it on the docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may be excused. All right, who else do you have, Annex?
We have Gomez, Guidry, Hardcastle, Ontivero.
Let me have Hardcastle, he's here. Good morning, Mr. Dunham. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Evan Hardcastle, cause number 2022-0C0-2962.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso County Legislative Attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state.
Todd Dunham for Mr. Evan Hardcastle. We're ready, Your Honor.
All right, we set the status hearing, Mr. Dunham, to see what's going on his felonies and see how quickly we could move this misdemeanor.
Yes, ma'am. We had a hearing on the felonies. I believe it was last week. And we have a recommendation, but I'm working on, he's just had a bunch of new cases indicted. I have a lot of material I'm going through. We are working with the prosecutor on the felony, so this case will be resolved with that. And he has probation cases on felonies, so.
All right, Mr. Silva, are you going to be dismissing this case for once he resolves the felonies, or what's going to happen?
I do see that we're more than likely going to dismiss this case because they're all from the same incident. But I need to speak to the felony attorney. I sent him a message, but I haven't gotten a response from the felony ADA from the 409th, Your Honor.
Okay, he's been booked on this case for, it shows 272 days now. So I'm sure that's more than sufficient to take care of any time he get on this case. If you'll get back to me, Mr. Silva, and to Mr. Dunham, once you speak to the felony attorney, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Mr. Silva, that's Ashley Martinez is who I've been dealing with.
All right, thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Alex, do you have Sotelo? Rocio Sotelo? Who is this? All right, let me let Mr. Anchondo in. Good morning, Mr. Anchondo. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Rocio Sotelo, cause numbers 2021-0C02000, 2022-0C02940.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of council?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Christopher Anchondo on behalf of Ms. Sotelo, we're ready.
All right. We set this matter for a status hearing, Mr. Anchondo, to see what's going on the felony so we can move these misdemeanors.
Well, there's no movement on the felony, but I'm hoping that we can have movement on the misdemeanors here. And I'm hopeful that Mr. Silva will, I know there's two, I believe, that are still not filed. That
Two misdemeanors?
Two misdemeanors that are still not filed, that I believe need to be filed still and will obviously fall into your court. Now, unless the DAs want to decline those cases, which I won't be opposed to, and hopefully we can do a time served on these matters that she's before you, then maybe we can go ahead and just worry about the felony as the felonies in regards to that.
Okay, Mr. Silva?
Yes, Your Honor. I see that she has two POMs, but they were declined.
Yes,
So
one was declined, and I think there's a dangerous drug that's still pending.
Let me see the notes on that one. That one. Okay, let me talk to intake, but I can have an offer regarding the two cases, and then I can reach out to Mr. Anchondo today and make him an offer on the cases.
All right, if you'll take care of that so we can get this set for a plea and take care of those these misdemeanors.
That would be great. That way I can talk to Ms. Sotelo about them.
All right. Thank you. Annex, may I have Mr. Gomez, please? Court calls a case of the state of Texas versus Victor Gomez, cause number 2019-0C00642.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Christopher Anchondo on behalf of Mr. Gomez, we are ready, Your Honor.
You are Victor Gomez?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Victor Gomez that was placed on probation for DWI .15 out of this court on this case, May 15, 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your signature on the judgment there, sir?
Right here, Mr. Gomez.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. Paragraph 2 of the motion to revoke says that for the month of June 2019, you failed to report. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Next paragraph says you failed to report September 2019 to January 2020. True?
Yes, ma'am.
Failed to report April 20th. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Failed to report June 2020 through November 2020. Is that true? Is that true, sir?
Yes.
Failed to complete your victim impact panel between June 2019 and July 2020. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Failed to complete your victim impact panel between March 2020 and November 2020. Is that true?
Yes.
Failed to attend AA meetings between June 2019 and January 2020. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Failed to attend AA meetings between March 2020 and November 2020. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Failed to attend DWI repeat offender school between June 2019 and January 2020. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Failed to attend the DWI repeat offender school between March 2020 and November 2020. True?
Yes, sir.
Operated a motor vehicle without an interlock between June 19 and January 2020. Is that true?
No.
That's not true.
Oh, no, they wanted me to get the bag, the hang-on bag.
I'm sorry, what?
They wanted me to get the portable.
But this says that you drove without an interlock. Is that true or not true?
True.
Next paragraph says that between June 19th and January 2020, you also operated a motor vehicle without an interlock. Is that true?
Well, yes, it's true.
Following paragraph alleges that you operated a motor vehicle without an interlock between March 2020 and November 2020. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Next paragraph says you didn't complete your community service hours. Is that true?
That's true.
Failed to pay community supervision fees between June 2019. Is that true?
That's true.
Failed to pay community supervision fees between August 2019 and January 2020. Is that true?
Yeah.
Failed to pay community supervision fees between March 2020 and November 2020. Is that true?
Yes.
Failed to pay court costs and fines between June 2019 and January 2020. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Failed to pay court costs and fine between March 2020 and November 2020. Is that true? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Failed to attend TAP July 1st, 2019. Is that true?
Mr. Gomez, you're gonna have to speak up so that
Yes.
everybody can hear.
Yes.
Failed to complete TAP August 2nd, 2019. True?
Yes.
And lastly, failed to attend TAP September 19th, 2019. Is that true?
Yes.
Court will find that you're one of the same Victor Gomez that was placed on probation for DWI 0.15 out of this court, May 15th, 2019, that the terms and condition of your supervision were lawful and reasonable, and paragraphs 2 through 23 of the motion to revoke are true. At this time, the court will follow the state's recommendation, revoke your probation, sentence you to 60 days in jail, plus court costs with credit for time served on everything. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I need Mr. Avelar and then a public defender on Mr. Ontiveros.
Okay, I will call Mr. Avalar and the public defender is Brent Stevens. I'll message him.
Okay, and then who is on Mr. Stillman?
Ms. Romero?
Kristen Romero,
Chris-
Judge.
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, is Mr. Stillman available now?
Yes, Your Honor, he's here.
Thank you.
This is Mr. Ontiveros, Manuel.
I don't have his lawyer yet.
Okay. You
I need
Mr. Stillman?
Mr. Stillman, please.
Coming up.
Good morning, Mr. Stillman.
talking to you.
My name is Dave Stillman, Davestilman. I'm a U.S. intelligence officer.
Okay, we're just waiting for your lawyer to connect here.
That's all I'm saying.
Seems Mr. Romero is having problems connecting.
Yes, Judge, I was going to give her a call.
All right, good morning, Ms. Romero.
Morning, Judge.
Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus David Stillman, cause numbers 2022-0C05969 and 2022-0C05946.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
And Kristen Romero, and we're I don't think we're ready, but we're here.
All right. What do you have, Ms. Romero?
Yes, Judge. I was appointed this case yesterday, and my client's out at the annex, and I was not able to make it to the annex between yesterday and this morning because I had hearings. So unfortunately, I'm not prepared for a bond hearing, but if the court would grant me just a little bit of time, I will go see my client, and then we'll be prepared.
All right, we will set this matter for next week.
My name is Dave Stillman, Stilman, DAVE. I'm a U.S. intelligence officer.
And I suspect you may need to file a motion on this before we do the bond hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then we will move on. You may be excused and you'll hear from us for next week.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
May I have Mr. Ontiveros now, please? Welcome back, Ms. Yaldo. Are you covering for Mr. Stevens?
Judge, I just spoke with him. He's in the 210th right now. I'm more than happy to cover. I don't.
Okay, it's just a status hearing.
I'm more than happy to cover for him, and I'll let him know.
All right, thank you. Court calls the cases of the state of Texas versus Manuel Ontiveros, cause numbers 2022-0C01985 and 2022-0C01988.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready.
Good morning, everyone. Ana Yaldo with the El Paso County Public Defender's Office here on behalf of Mr. Manuel Ontiveros Chavez, also ready.
All right. Just setting a status hearing, Ms. Yaldo, to see what's going on the felony so we can move these misdemeanors.
Judge, I believe that our office just got the felonies and the 168, they'd previously belonged to Mr. Rago. If you could just give me one moment, Your Honor, so I can see if there's any notes on the felonies.
All right. And Mr. Silva, do you expect these to go away or wait for the felony? What do you think is going to happen?
To say these two, the resisting and the evading happened while he picked up the felonies, Your Honor. I'm thinking these will go away with a plea to the felony.
Your Honor, Mr. Ontiveros Chavez is set for a jury trial in January 25th, 2023 on his felony charges, the aggravated assault against a public servant. And there's also a status hearing later this month in the 168th. I don't imagine 0638. I don't imagine that the misdemeanors can be resolved on their own. I handled the misdemeanors before they got transferred to Mr. Stevens, and Mr. Silva's correct. They all originate out of the same incident.
All right, then let's wait till January and see what's going to happen on the felony.
Okay.
Right, and you'll keep track of that and see whether the trial actually goes in January or whether it's rescheduled so that we can reschedule ours.
Will do, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Yaldo. You may be excused.
Thank you so much, Judge. Take care. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
You too. Any word on Mr. Avelar?
They said that they were going to message him, Judge. Would you like me to call again? I wasn't sure if he was on.
He is not on. He's the only one that we are waiting for.
Oh, okay.
So if you'll touch base with him again, we'll take a short recess.
Okay.
Brianna. Your Honor.
Omar, hold on. Omar, was this one canceled? Did you speak with Mr. Avelar?
Yes, that's what I was gonna, I opened up and I have a note. I'm gonna be dismissing this case.
Oh, okay. That's why I assume Mr. Avelar thought it was canceled. That's his
Yeah.
office saying that it was canceled.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. When I opened it, I saw my note that I had spoken to him yesterday. I'm gonna be dismissing this case. My apologies, Your Honor.
All right.
I hadn't opened up my notes on this case before you took the recess.
Okay, then we'll wait for your dismissal. Annex, that concludes our docket, I believe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Everybody but my staff can be excused, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll see you.
Have a good weekend. Thank you.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow, Omar.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Tomorrow, Omar. Did we ever get the dismissals on Perez and Ramirez?
Yes, Judge.
We did?
They both have been filed.
All right, that takes care of that. We'll just keep track of these two then. All right, any questions, anything up?
No, not for me, Judge.
My only question was, I think you got the email too that ITD is reaching out if we want the new computers.
Oh, I
That
didn't
we
see.
can, yes, so it's yours, mine, and I guess Miss Stallings. I guess maybe Glenn has a newer hard drive. They're redoing the hard drives. They're saying not everybody will be able to get them, but they're seeing who wants one to see if it's in the budget to give us one. Did you want all of us to get them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and respond to them and let them know. And I guess they'll get back to us if we're actually going to get them.
Okay, yeah, might as well get them now because we don't know when they'll offer them again.
Okay, I'll get with them and then I'll keep you updated with when we'll get them, if we do.
All right. Glenn, have you done your chronos yet?
I'll do it right now, Judge.
All right, thank you. Before I forget.
Yes, Judge, I'll do it right now.
Okay, then, like I said, I will be out for a little bit, hopefully a little bit, just God knows those doctors take forever. But I'll be back as soon as I can and get to everything. If something comes up, then just shoot me a text.
Yes, Judge.
Will do,
All
Judge.
right, we'll see you all tomorrow then.
Okay, Judge, take care. Good luck,
We
okay?
start at 10, right?
10, yes, ma'am.